Once you measure this data, then we go through the sound intensity analysis, where you can do this visualization of the data measurements to check the data quality. And you can check whether the data is compliant with the ISO standards. The field indicators are calculated automatically, and then you'll be able to see them. And then also you'll be able to generate these acoustic maps to identify the hotspots and do the sound power calculations and so on. So this intensity analysis worksheet, it is broken down into 4 areas. First is you take a look at the data, then you do the data visualization, and this is where you determine what are the calculations that you want to make on the bottom left hand side, and the 3D visualization of the results is done on this bottom right hand side here. So it's a nice intuitive layout to help guide through the data quality checks and show you the results. With that background, we're going to do a demonstration in the software to see how this whole workflow works. I'm going to skip out of this presentation and then go into the test lab software. Here in the intensity analysis, I can load the data that I have just taken. I can click on and there I can see I have measured the intensity for this top surface, not at the other surfaces. So that's why they are saying C. Well, they are showing the green boxes. C means calculated, M means measured. So here it will show that the sound intensity is measured, that's why it is M. Sound pressure is also measured, and sound power is calculated. For the top surface, we made the 4 measurements, and that's why they are shown here. And we did some dummy measurements, and we can look at them in terms of octaves to see whether everything looks okay or not. And there are the field indicators here, the F1, F2, F3, F4, they're automatically calculated. Remember, we use the 9614-1 standard for this measurement, so that's why they are shown there. If you use the 9614-2, similarly we'll get F1 and F2. There are only 2 field indicators for that. Once we do that, now we can go to this calculations, and we can say calculate bands, and I can look at my result. And this is the sound power measured for the 4 points. Now they look identical almost at the different frequencies because we just did some dummy measurements, but you can see that picture here.
That's the sound power or the sound intensity?
This is the sound intensity.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, you're correct, absolutely right. We calculated the sound power also, and then we save the results, and we go here to the navigator, and we can look at the sound intensity results. We have this acoustic mesh geometry, and you can see that picture that we brought in. And I can similarly show this sound power for each of the octave bands and then display that there. It's a very quick and easy way to do the measurements and check the data quality and finally generate reports.